and welcome to the first episode of 10 Questions With. Today, we are joined by Tom Ryan. Now, Tom is the creative force behind the short film Day 9 and current festival favorite Faces. Tom, why don't we begin today by having you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Hi, my name is Tom Ryan. I am the writer and director of Day 9 and also of the new feature film Faces from Theater of Terror.
Great. With the high quality appearance of Day 9 and Faces, you definitely give the impression of someone who is quite experienced behind the camera. How long have you been directing?
I've been directing now for about 2.5 years. I started Day 9 in 2012.
All right. Faces has been tearing up the festival scene of late, winning many awards. Why don't you take a moment here and describe the film to those of us who have yet to have seen it?
Faces is an independent horror thriller. The story follows Frank Walker, an individual that's down on his luck. He's got no job, no friends, no girlfriends, and Frank's having a real hard time of it. His psychosis doesn't help. We know that Frank's on medication and he's got a questionable past. One day, a character by the name of Charlie comes into Frank's life and they form a friendship. From there, everything changes for Frank. And when I say everything, you're just going to have to see what I mean.
That sounds actually quite fantastic. I can't wait to check it out for myself. Now, let me ask you this. Being a filmmaker myself, I find it hard to come up with the money to start and complete my projects. How do you fund your films?
I fund my films 100% out of pocket. I do not ask for any money through Indiegogo or Kickstarter. Not that I have anything against those mediums for gathering funding for your film, but because I like to have 100% control over the film. I don't want to feel that I am indebted to anyone or I have to do a project that is to someone else's interest. I like to make projects that are 100% within my creativity and within my interests. And therefore I fund all my films myself.
Well, seeing as you seem to have the financing out of the way by doing so yourself, what do you find to be the hardest part of filmmaking?
I think the hardest part of filmmaking is when you have to wear a lot of different hats. When you are a low-budget independent production company, the director has to build the sets. He's got to set up a lot of the things that a production assistant would normally do. And even though on Faces we did have a couple of production assistants that did help us greatly, sometimes when the film is really on a larger scale with a lot of extras, it's very hard to coordinate food, timing, transportation, and all that type of thing. So that's probably the hardest part of filmmaking.
With the success that Faces is enjoying on the circuits currently, do you find it enjoyable to take your film out on the festival circuit?
I absolutely love taking my film to festivals because I get to meet all the other filmmakers and the fans of independent cinema, and it's just a great place to network. I met most of the cast of my current film Faces through a film festival called the Macabre Fair Film Festival. It's a great opportunity. Even if you don't have a film showing there, go to one. Support the filmmakers, meet them, network, meet editors. You can meet special effects talents there. You can meet other directors, producers. It's a fantastic place to go and meet people that love the things that you love and that do the things that you do. And you could build a great team with the connections that you'd make at a film festival.
Technology has made it easier for filmmakers to make their projects. Do you feel that YouTube is a successful way for filmmakers to distribute their product?
Yeah, I would say yes. I mean, YouTube, I am not that technically savvy with YouTube. I do have my short film Day 9 on YouTube. For the life of me, I can't find it when I type in Day 9, and I know that it has to do with tags and the way that you promote the page or what have you. But it's better than nothing, right? I mean, we had over 2,000 views of our trailer Faces very quickly within a couple of weeks, and that was very impressive. And 2,000 views is better than 2 or 200 views, right? So it's always worth putting your film out there. whether it be the entire film or trailers, putting it on YouTube. It's another way to spread the word and to promote yourself and market yourself, and you're the one that has to do that.
All right. You've worked on two projects now, Day 9 and Faces, in which you've worked with many different actors. Let me ask you this. What is the difference between a actor and a movie star? And can they be interchangeable?
Well, I don't. What I think an actor and a star are, they are one and the same. A star is probably defined more by his box office draw. But I would say that any actor would just consider themselves an actor. I don't know if they'd actually consider themselves a star. I think that's more something that comes from the fan base and something that less comes from within the industry. But I think it's an interchangeable term. If you love somebody, for instance, if you love somebody like an Arnold Schwarzenegger that basically does a ton of action movies, I mean, the guy's a star. And I don't know if actors would consider him an actor, but he is an actor, and he's a star. So I guess it's just defined by whose opinion it is you're asking.
Also, going from that statement, what are some of the bad habits that you've seen actors develop that you've had a hard time dealing with?
I've never had a hard time dealing with any of my actors. I've always really been lucky to work with some really talented people that were easy to talk to and easy to communicate with. The only thing that I've ever run across with actors, especially on this independent level, is that when they're amateur, sometimes you get a little cold feet, you fumble your lines a little bit, and that's just a process of calming them down and letting them enjoy the moment of what we're doing, which is just having fun creating a story. So I've never had any actors have any bad habits. All the guys that I've worked with and the gals have been punctual, they've known their lines, and they've been willing to take direction, and so I've got no complaints.
What advice do you have for a person looking to break into the filmmaking industry?
I would say get into filmmaking. Go buy a camera, an inexpensive camera. Get some inexpensive editing software. It can be done. Start small. The story is what's important, right? Your direction is what's important. The acting is what's important. Focus on those things and see if you have the ability to tell a good story and pique the interest of the audience. And at the same time, learn the ropes. Work with other people that are interested in special effects or camera work or directing or producing. Try to form yourself a little team. Like we were talking before about the film festival, it's a great place to meet like-minded people that are multi-talented in filmmaking. And so if you want to make a film, go out there and do it. Submit it to film festivals. Share it with your friends. Get feedback. Don't ever be afraid to take criticism. Take criticism and accept it. It's a learning process. If we were all Scorsese, would we be filming things in our backyard? Of course not. So take criticism and learn from it and grow, but make films. I mean, if you're creative, why not do it? So yeah, absolutely, that's the advice I'd give to anyone interested in making films or being a filmmaker.
So, Tom, tell us, what's next for you?
Well, I can honestly say that we are just going to be promoting heavily our film faces at film festivals throughout the country. We're waiting to see if we get accepted or rejected to many a film festival. Because of the timing of the release of the film, we had just missed a bunch, and we are way early for a bunch more. So we're just waiting to see how that comes through. We just recently did the Macabre Faire Film Festival, where I won Best Actor. The film won Audience Choice Best Feature, and it also won Best Soundtrack in a film. So we're very proud of those awards. We're hoping for more festivals, traveling around a little bit, representing Theater of Terror and representing quality, low, independent horror films everywhere. So I want to thank you guys for having me on. I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself and about what we do and answer a few of your questions. And I really appreciate it. Thanks. Keep on watching.